What's going on? It's Nick with Us versus Herd. If you think this week is going to be green, comment below. If you think it's going to be red, leave me a comment below. And do me a favor, hit the like button for the YouTube algo. Definitely appreciate it. I'm going to jump right into it. Just trying to do a quick video on some of my Sunday night thoughts, kind of looking at the week ahead as volatility remains rather high. I haven't dropped a video on Sunday night in quite some time, so I just want to kind of give you what my thoughts are. So if you enjoy these videos, let me know. If not, let me know as well. We'll see what we do. Right now, the futures like S&P's up 12, Dow's up 121, Nasdaq up 46. Now, this week, I think, or September in general, September's coming to a close this week, which, we saw some highs and we saw some lows during September. The first week of September, we pushed up to all-time highs, and then everything from there on out was just horrific. I mean, everything just fell apart. Right now, SPY is below the 50-day moving average along with the 10-day moving average, making its way down. Right now, it is moving up. Right now, it's at 329. 50-day moving average is at 334. 10-day moving average is at about 331. So we're still below those averages. So I think there's a lot riding on this week if we're starting to reverse the trends here or if we're going to stay within trend. Right now, we're still within the trend of having some more downside, but we can definitely blast through. One of the stocks that's kind of giving you hope is Apple. Obviously, Apple's heavily weighted for the S&P 500, but if you look here, this closed right above the 50-day, looking like it's kind of looking like it wants to bottom out here. However, you can still see there is quite a downtrend still in here, but it's looking like it wants to break to the upside. The question is, will the market let it? Will politics let it? Will the news this week? And kind of goes into my next part of here. I'll cover a couple more stocks here, kind of what my game plan is for this week. But be mindful. Be mindful. This week is going to be a little bit of a rocky ride due to the first presidential debate. Now, it doesn't really matter what side you're rooting for. What matters is what the news and the media is going to do and if the algos are going to really care about what's happening between Trump and Biden. So that's going to be Tuesday night, September 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have the first presidential debate. Obviously, we're coming pretty close to the election. Even now, things are getting pretty heated in terms of political news. And I think we've been pretty lucky so far that the political news that has come out really hasn't done much to the stock market. Remember back in like 2015, 2016 election, that's all the market cared about was political news, polls, Hillary or Trump, blah, 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 this or that. And it made it very, definitely made it rocky to trade. But we've been pretty thankful this year. We've had other problems, but one of the problems was not the political news, but now it's starting to ramp up a little bit. Trump, that came out this evening, Trump's New York Times somehow got a hold of his taxes, saying he only paid like no taxes. His businesses aren't doing well. And it doesn't really matter what you think about Trump and his businesses and all that, but just know these type of articles, are going to start coming out more and more and more. Versus Biden. There was news that Trump said that Biden should take a drug test before the next presidential election. Like all this stuff is going to start going now, and it seems like the news media is starting to get concerned or starting to want to create articles regarding the election. Now that news is kind of taken off from coronavirus. There is some coronavirus news out. New York is obviously back up to 1,000 infections per day. Whether that has whether the market cares or not, we'll see. Right now, the market doesn't seem to really care as it's moving a little bit higher. Now, Qs. Going into the Qs, my main goal this week is to kind of scale back risk due to what's happening. We have the debates. A lot of things unknown. We did have a lot of coronavirus news come out this weekend, so I don't know if that's going to really have a factor. But the stock market's been a little bit choppy, whether we're going up, going down, going up, going down. So, we could definitely break out here. Same with the Qs below the 50-day. The 50 days at 273. It did close above the 10-day on Friday, and it could definitely definitely move right up. I think it could hit 280, but we have a little bit of resistance at like 273. Then we have resistance at around 280 on the Qs. And if you trade a lot of tech stocks like me, you definitely want to pay attention to the Qs. We pretty much went straight up on Friday, pretty much all day. It was just a melt up. In terms of volume was on the lower end side for what we've been seeing lately. So if volume kicks in, the question is it going to be some selling volume, or we're going to have some buying volume? What's higher volume going to bring to the table here? So far, the higher volume has been bringing in selling. So I am looking at, right now this could definitely reverse. Like we were looking at Apple, this could reverse, hit 280, come back up to 290. The question is, does it need a catalyst? Right now, there's no earnings. We have Micron Earnings, or MU. Earnings are this week as well. Those are on Tuesday. And, a lot of people are trading MU. They're like, hey, what should I do about MU? For me, I'm not going to be touching MU because it fell off. It came back pretty much where it's been sitting at all year. I like to sell a premium. Premium is a little bit on the low end. It's only at 84% implied volatility. Now, I don't know by Tuesday if that's going to increase to over 100%. Maybe it'll be something to look at. But for me, I'm not really feeling like trading MU. It's pretty unpredictable. It could go to the upside, it could go to the downside, it could stay the same. And if it does stay the same, I just don't think it's going to be worth the risk with an 84% implied volatility on MU. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Like I said, I want to do a quick video. I think there's a lot riding on this week. Microsoft, it has not been able to break above the 210 area. As you can see, it was the first one to come under its 50-day, and it's still, I think in terms of tech stocks, it's lagging pretty far behind. Now, Tesla, who knows what Tesla's going to do. Tesla popped off the 50-day again, popped off the 50-day back on September 8th, pumped up to 450, dropped again, came back above it. Tesla still looking bullish. I think that I need to take a break. I did take a $3,000 loss on Tesla last week, so I just got to pump the brakes on Tesla and just chill. Like I said, I'm going to be mostly looking at day trades only and just kind of taking it easy, seeing what the political news is going to do, and kind of see what it does that way. One other stock, Nvidia, another stock that I've been trading quite a bit, actually has been showing like some pretty good consolidation here at the 500 mark. Every time it dips below 500, it comes back up. Every time it goes above, it kind of comes back down. So I anticipate it, unless, tech is running really strong, it could get capped out around the 520 area. It closed at 515 about on Friday, but it's looking really healthy around the 500, and some really nice consolidation, really makes some nice trading from 4 p.m. back and forth. So if you watch this video to the end, comment, watch to the end, and as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.